Alright, so, welcome back to another fanfiction idea. I thought it'd be kind of fun, and actually this is actually a video that was actually spawned out of a talk me and a friend of mine actually had. And that friend, some of you may know, is Matt Denian. Matt Denian, who, if you don't know who he is, Matt Denian is a author who has been, very kind to me, and, we've been good friends, and he's helped me with ideas and storylines and stuff like that for future novels and whatnot. Most if you know him or don't, he's also the guy who created Atomic Rex. Atomic Rex is a series of a character he created that is very popular over on Severed Press. Go check his books out; they're great. He did a crossover with another created character kaiju called Girl the Smasher. He's also done Operation Rock, Operation Megalodon, Valley of the Dinosaurs, which is like a Carthaginian army encountering dinosaurs on their way to Rome. All of this stuff is really good. Go on Severed Press, go check out his books. You will not regret it. It's awesome. I really love his work. So, yeah. So we were talking a few days ago, and I've been meaning to get to this video at some point, and he was like, yeah, we were talking about how cool Psycho Goreman is, and how Psycho Goreman has been collectively our favorite movie of 2021 so far. Like, that's the movie to beat. Like, Godzilla vs. Kong can't get to it. Like, Psycho Goreman's like the echelon for movies that are at the top of that list. So anyway, and we were getting on like, yeah, it's kind of like, our generation's killer clowns from outer space. It's very much like a killer, like, if and I talked about this in my review for Psycho Goreman, was like, this is pretty much our generation's killer clowns from outer space. And he was like, hey man, you should do a video talking about like a crossover idea between Psycho Goreman versus killer clowns from outer space. And here we are now. So here we are, Psycho Goreman versus Killer Klowns. Yeah. So this story pretty much takes place after the events of the first Psycho Goreman movie, where PG is going around destroying the world, and what is going on while he's in the midst of conquering the planet. Another clown spaceship has been moseying through the planet and moseying by, and they're about to land, take over, but then when they discover there's an energy signature that's very familiar to them on the planet. That energy signature that they're detecting is PG, and they got some history with PG. It turns out that in this version, since we never really got a sequel to Killer Klowns, sadly, who knows, maybe we'll get that at some point, but like, what happened was, in this universe, PG, ages ago, destroyed the clown's homeworld. He destroyed it and made the clowns into a vagrant race. They were just going around, like, raiding planets and drinking, turning people into cotton candy. Like, they've all just been, displaced from PG's rampage ages ago. So, in here, these clowns, this new set of clowns, were already coming to Earth to touch down, grab a snack on some human beings, that whole spiel. But the moment they find out that PG is on the planet, they're like, get him. Because, yeah, they're a little mad that they lost their homeworld to him. So, as PG's continuing his rampage across the planet, the clowns come down in roughly the same area. Like, PG is making his way through the same town from the first movie of Killer Klowns. Like, he's coming through that little town. The clowns come down too, but however, just before this, clash happens, the government has detected they're already at war with PG, and when they discover that the clowns have come down to space again, they go right to the director of extraterrestrial clown information or however you want to spell it, like a guy who they put in charge to take on the killer clowns if they ever return, and that's Mike Tobacco, the hero from the first movie. So Mike Tobacco is now like the director of this new group in the government to take on the killer clowns. So yeah, if this idea just sounds completely insane and ridiculous, remember the two properties that are fighting here. So the clowns are already gearing up to fight PG. Like they're gearing up with all their weapons. They also, the other thing is that they've been preparing for this day to take on the guy who killed their planet. So basically, what they're doing is that they have weapons that can actually counteract the gem of Praxidite, the item that gives PG all of his power. So when they find him, they take the fight to PG, and PG's all by himself. Like, he's only got himself, but he's still very powerful. So yeah, it's just this ridiculous idea of like these clowns coming after this tokusatsu gore fest of a human being. So yeah, it's just this idea was just a fun little thing I had of just the clowns who have built like anti-PG weapons. They call it the R, and like people call it like because the gag is the guns are called, there are 13 PG based guns, and they're called the PG-13. Get it? And then yeah, get it? Like I said, this whole idea is just goddamn ridiculous. So you have Mike Tobacco in here caught in the crossfire of these two warring groups. And yeah, PG's like almost godlike, but the clowns outnumber him and carry these weapons that can actually harm him, so PG's gotta play smart. He also can't consume people because these clowns, they just taste awful, and actually, like, when he tries to eat one of the clowns, he vomits him back up because he's like, ugh, it's poison. It's like poison to him in a way. So yeah, there's your idea. There is your whole story. Just this fun, ridiculous idea of just PG fighting his way through waves upon waves of killer clowns, and this little no-name town in the military all caught in the middle of it. I did also want to like have this fun idea of like Clownzilla 2, which is like they brought Clownzilla back from the first movie and like patchworked him back together and called him Mecha Clown. He's like this huge cybernetic clown monster that PG would fight at the end of the story. Like I said, just completely ridiculous, and none of this should be taken seriously. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this story idea? Do you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. Matt, I know you're watching. I hope you enjoyed this story. So once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse, and I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.